"3 hours from Miami and 8 from London" is an enchanting secret paradise, a twin-island country by name Antigua and Barbuda. It is one of the largest islands in the Caribbean, dotted with 365 breathtaking white sand beaches, a different beach for every day of the year. It is located in the Eastern Caribbean Sea, where the Atlantic and Caribbean meet, and is a gateway to many countries with unrestricted visa access to more than 130 countries, including the EU, the UK, Canada, Singapore, and Hong Kong, which makes it one of the world's most desirable destinations for tourism. For a safe and secured business transaction or investment, Antigua and Barbuda is adjudged one of the best places to do business in the world.
I take this opportunity as Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda to invite everyone to visit our shores. If you want to come here to have a delightful vacation, if you'd like to invest in a safe and secure environment, then Antigua and Barbuda is the place to be. The country has actually emerged as one of the best places for doing business in the world. And we want to make sure that Antigua and Barbuda is globally competitive.
Running a business in Antigua is pretty straightforward. The legal system and political system are based on the UK system. Because of that, the structures are relatively straightforward. You incorporate a company in the same way. If you want to incorporate a company, you can speak to a lawyer, you can buy effectively an off-the-shelf company. It will probably take a month or so to set up. Banking, very easy. As soon as you've got residency or you've got a company, you can get either your solicitor or legal advisor to set up a bank account.
A Jamaican could come here and do, from a minimum salary, build upstairs, downstairs house, home, and we live here in this powerhouse of economy powerhouse.
With a global competitive outlook driven by an economic surge that generates foreign inflows in all sectors of economy, aided by an efficient sea and airport transport, power and financial infrastructure, Antigua is home to special economic zones, with the West Indies oil playing a key role, with more room for expansion. A sure place to spend a lifetime, and this is further made easy with the island providing investors all the perks of being Antiguan, including freedom from capital gains, 0% tax on international profits for private individuals. In addition to the fact that Antigua's citizenship by investment program takes maximum of 90 days to complete, and is accessible via a one-time contribution to a development fund. Investment in real estate or business, ranging from manufacturing, education, medical tourism, and agribusiness.
To complete processing applications, or at least providing a response to each applicant within 90 days. What we've been seeing in the last few months, 6 to 8 months, we've seen a cut down in our processing time as our staff become more efficient. We're seeing we can complete it within 60 days. Sometimes we've been able to give an approval within 45 days. Once the applicants submit all of the required information and supporting documentation, we can easily review the file and give a response. Those applicants who would have had associations with multiple countries, perhaps you've lived in several countries because of work, so we would have to conduct due diligence in each of these territories, as well as if you have business interests in a number of territories, we'd have to conduct due diligence in a number of territories, and then that increases the length of time it takes to complete the process. Additionally, we've found where persons do not disclose all of the information at the beginning of the application process, or if something is uncovered that was not included in the beginning of the application process, we find that we have to go back to the clients to request additional information. So then you'll have like a pause on the processing until we get the required information, and then the processing starts again. So that as well increases the length of time it takes to complete the application.
When visiting a place on vacation, business, or relocating, issues of safety, education, and general comfort of life are being considered.
Antigua is possibly one of the safest countries in the Caribbean. Overall, people very often kind of group the countries together and say, well, actually, I've heard the Caribbean's not safe. So for example, certain areas in Jamaica, they're very unsafe. But it's kind of unfair to compare that with Antigua. It's kind of like saying, if we visit the UK, we're much more safety conscious in the UK. I can leave my bag in the car and it's got 2 laptops in there. I can be pretty confident that I can leave it in there and nothing will happen. In the UK, I wouldn't be so confident. The window would be smashed and it might be taken.
Antigua and Barbuda also offers high-tech services and ICT-driven businesses, so much so that when you invest in Antigua and Barbuda, you invest in 11 other countries of the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States, with a powerful currency that gives you a stable exchange of 2.7 East Caribbean dollars to $1, coupled with a stable government, stable electricity, peaceful islands, and people, which gives you more reasons to stay when you come.
We see in this trade mission an opportunity to reconnect in a real and meaningful way with the motherland and to build, strengthen, and certainly develop relations between Antigua Barbuda, the wider Caribbean by extension, and Nigeria, and again by extension, the African continent.
We look forward to discussing with you going forward on the various areas where we can have economic cooperation, and I believe once the trade mission is able to come to Antigua and Barbuda, that we'll be able to discuss further and look at areas where we can be of assistance to you and where you can be of assistance to us. So with regard to any special arrangements that need to be prepared for our delegation when we get to Antigua, I'm sure without a doubt that you are more than capable to provide the necessary requisite welcome for the delegation.
I want to also thank the Nigeria Antigua Chamber of Commerce. I did mention at the start of this conversation my appreciation to the Nigerian government, but it's also quite fitting that we should mention and recognize the role being played in this regard by the Antigua Barbuda Nigeria Chamber of Commerce in working with both sides to ensure that this trade mission becomes a reality. Again, it augurs well for the future. clearly in a redefined world. The strengthening of ties, bilateral ties with Nigeria and the wide African continent and the Caribbean region sounds like a very sensible, reasonable, and timely proposition, as we are caught in so many similarities with our development interests. And so I cannot overemphasize or overstate just how delighted we are, how anxious we are to not only host, but to use the platform for strengthening and deepening the relations.
Antigua's capital is St. John's, a city that punches itself above its weight by conveniently hosting millions of tourists annually. Also known as the capital of sailing in the world, it is also home to World Heritage Sites, a great place for networking with a people warm and offering world-class hospitality. On the other side is Nigeria, the largest economy in Africa, with prospects in medicine, both modern and alternative, agriculture, mineral resources, oil and gas, in addition to human capital. Realizing this huge potential requires that the two countries find what works for their economies and the exchange that will ensure faster recovery from effects of the pandemic. In search of way forward for Nigeria, the island of Antigua beckons on prominent Nigerian leaders and the business community as the white sands waits Africa's giant on a trade mission.
Now we're trying to give Nigeria an opportunity to be able to add value, to make foreign exchange. I know one of the policies of the CBN governor is to be able to see that people can repatriate, not only repatriate, people can earn foreign inflow of foreign capitals into Nigeria is unimaginable. So that's one of the benefits. This trade mission is going to expose Nigeria to the opportunity to be able to make more money, to be able to have access to international markets. We have people in Nigeria that have produce. Now, one of the people that the trade mission is also targeting is Nig Dangote, because we know for a fact he is into cement, he's into salt, he's into sugar. Antigua imports salt, everything, salt, sugar, and almost everything from Brazil, from America. We are saying that money could come to Nigeria as an inflow. It will help the economy of Nigeria and foreign exchange. It will also create market and it will also create employment for Nigerians. It's a value chain in so many areas.
The trade mission, among other benefits, seeks the establishment of a Nigerian embassy on the island, and the visit is scheduled for July this year, as preparations by government and stakeholders reaches advanced stage.